welcome to our home.
Thank you.
My name's Char Snyder, and this is my husband Leland Snyder, and this is my therapy dog Poppy. And happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
I'm Lee Snyder, the husband of Char for 49 years, and it's been a good life.
Well, I was told 3 months ago that I have chronic kidney failure, and I'm 1 point from really needing a kidney. My GFR is 16. And this has been going on for 8 years, and nobody told me until 3 months ago. So we have been very stressed out in trying to get everything done so that we can have a kidney transplant. This stack of work right here, I don't know if you can see it, is 3 months of stress right here. It's all my lab works, going to Anschutz, which is in Denver. They're our wonderful University of Colorado hospital, known for kidney disease, helping, transplants, just a fabulous place. I've been through all their tests, and now I'm waiting for hopefully a donor so that I can have this transplant when I'm healthy. I'm absolutely healthy except for my kidney. It's the only thing that is holding me back from having a wonderful life with my husband. And we have been very stressful, so I'd like to say that.
What have you discovered through this journey thus far?
Just kidney, all about the kidney. I never knew anything about a kidney. And now we consider ourselves a little bit more knowledgeable. We've dug into a lot of information, talked to a lot of people that have kidney disease or are waiting for a kidney donor. We know that everybody has 2 kidneys, almost everybody, and that they can do with one. We have friends that have 1 kidney, and so donors are highly desirable, people that are healthy that have 2 kidneys. I also learned that I didn't do anything wrong, you know, to develop this kidney disease. I'm not an alcoholic, I don't smoke, and I don't take drugs, not even marijuana, which is legal in Colorado. I've asked every doctor I've run into in the last 3 months if I should take marijuana, and they say no. So anyway, they don't know what caused this kidney failure, and it happened so suddenly. Over the last 8 years, it's been progressively worse, and the last 2 years, it was really bad. And perhaps ibuprofen is the only thing I can pinpoint, and just a mild ibuprofen every day or every other day to kind of help with arthritis or anything that, you know, any aches or pains. So that I've learned. I've learned that my husband loves me deeply. And this is all because of him. I'm doing this and me. And our 50th wedding anniversary is coming up April 30th, and I want to have this finished by then. That's my goal.
So what are the results you're hoping for?
Well, first of all, kidney awareness. We both feel that I've had blood tests, and you know, I've gone to a doctor every single year or every 6 months. I've had all the tests that are required, and the thing is they missed this GFR going down, down, down. The doctors missed it, and so it's really up to the individual to focus in on the lab results that they get each 6 months. I never even paid much attention, you know. They get it and they say you're fine, you're healthy, you're going to live to be 95. I'm 72 now, and you know, this was my goal, 95, and I'm having such a good time with my husband in retirement. So that's what I'm working towards.
Well, I like to reiterate something, mention something here, is that it's our responsibility to follow our healthfulness of our kidneys, and everybody. And the physicians, whether they didn't see something or not, You should know what your blood pressure. You know what your blood pressure is. You should know the status of your kidneys, and anything under a GFR of 60 suggests that you have some form of kidney disease. Not serious, but you need to be aware of it. And you need to know if your children have this, you know if your parents have it, your spouse has it. It's just a common responsibility of healthcare. And I wasn't aware of any of this. Most people, I don't think most people would. They'll know what their GFR is, they may know what their cholesterol is. They have no idea what their kidney function is. And what a kidney function is, a GFR is 30, it means your kidneys are functioning at 30% of capacity. And that's really important to know that. I think that's really all I have to say. It's your responsibility not to check the lab results. If you're out of the range, you should know it. If your physician doesn't bring it to your attention, you've got to bring it to his attention. And you take care of your friends and know your function of your kidneys. And I mean, we think that Char only had one kidney the whole time. She had one kidney that wasn't functioning for years. We don't know that. And then she has another kidney that didn't do well at all, and it just plummeted. Everything plummeted. But that may be true with a lot of people. So there are 27 million people in the United States that have some form of kidney disease. And how many people have kidney disease and don't even know it? So it's something that we need to be more aware of, I think. You don't want surprises like this.
Normally I would have 8 years. If I had noticed this or if I had brought it to my own attention, 8 years to work on getting a donor and having a new kidney in my body, and I'd be done with it. Okay? And this is what we want other people to realize for themselves. That's the first thing. The second thing is we have 3 months instead of 8 years, and we've worked on this. We've gone to Western, can I say Western Nephrology in Louisville. I have a help there with a kidney doctor, and also Anschutz in Denver. The University of Colorado is very well known for their kidney program, and we've gone through their entire kidney program with all the doctor tests and whatnot. And then the way that we learned, if we get a donor, the way they what do you say?
Qualify
the donor is extremely careful. The donor it takes priority. They have 100% success with their donors, because the donors are also screened and checked for their health, and it only lasts 1 day, the operation, and they're out of there, and they will be followed up for 2 years with free health care at the University of Colorado, including cancer. And I think that's really wonderful.
Lee, what do you do to stay busy?
Well, that's a really good question. We had a lot of things planned, and this was kind of a game changer when we find out early November, and the handling the stress of doing everything you can to make sure your wife can handle this critical situation is a little bit over the top. So it really is 24/7 dealing with this. So what do? Well, I read books, I exercise, I try to get outside and play tennis, golf. A lot of snow here recently, but now that's starting to open up. And I try to get physical exercise, and we follow CU Sports pretty closely. These are things that keep me off my mind of dealing with this situation. And I have to realize, through help from friends, that although critical chronic kidney disease is terrible, there are other people who got worse problems. There are people with cancer issues, there are people with ALS, there are people that have much worse problems. So although this is terrible, other people have issues as well. And that kind of, you can control the things you can control, and there's things you can't control, you have to roll with it. And that's not the way we had our lives planned. We had everything pretty well organized. And when that thing fell apart, I have to deal with that. And time's going to tell how well I'm doing with it. So that's an issue.
As soon as we found this to be a fact, which was November 11th,
This is how to manage your kidney disease.
we talked to our nutritionists, plural, about changing the diet, eliminating salt, never using the salt shaker, potassium and phosphorus are danger items, so we avoid those. Careful on what we eat. Then exercise is important. Continue walking. I walk a lot. I walk the dog a lot and walk mostly now. I have 2 new knees, so I can't play tennis anymore, and I can't go to aerobics anymore, but I can walk, and that's the best thing for the knees.
And you avoid ibuprofen and
Oh yeah, all drugs.
Tylenol, all that.
Yeah, no drugs, because they obviously have done something to my kidney.
They're not pleasant for kidneys.
Yeah.
Great.
There's not a lot of things that you can do to fix a kidney. When the kidneys go poorly, you just try to keep them from getting worse.
That's right.
And there isn't a pill that you take that says the kidney all of a sudden is going to start functioning better. That doesn't work. But you can do everything possible to keep it from degrading faster. And that's where we're in. We're in a situation there and we're hopeful that it can continue, but we're right on the edge.
Well, and of course we went to all the doctors in the hospital and everything that we could possibly do medically, and they've been wonderful, wonderful. So that I highly recommend. Go to your nephrologist, go to your nearest hospital that handles kidney disease, and do it right away, and do whatever they say. Follow their direction.
What are you doing to get Shar a kidney? Oh,
Yeah.
oh you can. answer.
Well, what are we?
Spread the word.
Well, what are we?
Friends.
What are we doing to get Shar rectify the situation and finding her a donor kidney is by far the most preferable way of going about doing this. There's the other choices are dialysis, which is
Nobody wants to go on dialysis.
it's hell on earth, and no one really wishes to do that. And the other thing, not do anything, and which is going to be death. And so what we're doing is we're getting some word out, but we haven't really pushed really hard on going locally with media publications and newspapers, etc. We haven't done that yet.
I would like to backtrack a little bit on this. We have not been fortunate enough to have children, so we don't have a family network spread out of a family to lean on for this. And I would lean on them if I had them, believe me. So instead, though, we have spent our whole lives supporting college students, and this has been for 50 years, either at Illinois, the University of Illinois, or at CU. We've lived here 32 years in Boulder, and so we have a network around the world, really, of young people that are like adopted sons or adopted daughters. And then we're very close to, we have an adopted family that lives in another state that we're extremely close to. So we reach out to our friends and our loved ones, and they are not family members, because we have some family members that, of course, we reached out to first, and but most of our friends are our age and they're too old to donate. You can't donate over 70 years old, And we're 72 and 73 years old, and most of our friends are our close friends are our age. So I guess that's backtracking a little bit. Reaching out for donors.
Well, the part of that, there's one aspect that we have to mention is that Char's blood type is an A. So she can accept donors who are A or O, which is good. And I should mention again that she does not have diabetes and she does not have high blood pressure, which is unusual.
Or swollen ankles even.
Well, yeah, which is
Nothing.
that's as unusual for people with kidney disease because they usually have one of those two. And this has been a real puzzle to the physicians in trying to find out why did this happen. And one other aspect of this disease that's so terrifying, if you don't have medical checkups, you can have this disease and there are no symptoms. It's called the silent killer.
I
You
feel
go-
great.
She feels great. If she had not had
I
her
wouldn't know
annual
it.
physical in November,
I wouldn't know it.
she would not know she has this. And
I'd
that's
be running
true
around doing all my things.
because
having
there's,
fun.
it doesn't present itself. And that's why it's so important for people to take kidney disease a lot more serious. And there's like 26 to 29 million Americans have this. And how many don't? Because there's no symptoms. And that's,
I don't know. Maybe we're off the topic by now.
no.
I don't know.
Although you are very optimistic that you will find Char a donor, I'm sure, there are times when your mind wanders and you think about the alternative. What are some of your biggest fears and emotions?
Well, that really, that's very emotional.
It's very personal.
I think it's really sad. You really realize how much you love your spouse and what all the things that she does for you and the things you share in life. And the idea that she wouldn't be here is very sad. And I never expected to have these type of things thrown at me so unexpectedly. But you do. You think about living by yourself, and none of that's good. And it's sad. I mean, I go to a basketball game, a late game, and I'm coming home by myself. It's early in this process, and it's coming home at like 11 o'clock at night. I haven't even told Char this. And I'm coming home I'm realizing I'm coming home with my spouse of 49 years and dated 4 or 5 years previous to that. And she's got a real serious problem. And I started crying in the car. Because this was all different.
Stop.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding you.
Stop.
And it's terrible. And so I like having this wonderful person in my life every day. And it's not to be trivialized. It hurts. I want to get it fixed if we can, any way possible. Well, we do have a 50th wedding anniversary coming up, and we do plan to do some things previous to April 30th, and we're going to try to do whatever we can do, and we're going to go ahead and try to do that because we've been
celebrate.
recommended, and if everyone's push is do everything you possibly can do, keep a strong mental attitude, and don't stop doing things just because you think your wife has a time bomb in her. You keep on going and stay positive. That's what our plan is.
You're willing to do whatever it takes to get Char a kidney. How do you feel about asking for help compared to being the person who was always ready to give?
Well, locally, I've been somewhat involved with Attention Homes. And Attention Homes is a program here where we have kids in Boulder area that don't have a place to spend the night. And right now that number is around 168 average every night. Kids between the ages of 13 to 18, 19 years of age do not have a home. And I've been involved in that, and I will continue to be involved in that. Well, it's reality.
You ask everybody.
I mean, this is one
Everybody
thing.
you meet.
When you throw our private lives, etc., you can't keep a secret. You just have to bite the bullet and say, "Look, we didn't expect this to happen,
We need
and
help."
we have to accept some help." And you can't go out and buy a kidney, per se. You can't do that. But so this is what you do. What other choice? If people aren't aware that my wife got a bad recommendation or bad medical care, then that's how we got stuck in this mess. and we didn't have time to plan things as we normally plan everything. And though this was a shock, and we now we got to ask and to see what's out there and what help she can get. We appreciate it, God. I mean, anybody that's a donor of a kidney should be up for sainthood. You have two, you only need one. If you give up one kidney, you're by nature, by math, you lose 50% of your kidney function. Well, the other kidney gets the message. The other kidney, the remaining kidney, will function at a higher rate. So versus going to 50%, it may work its way up to 60, 70, 80%. So the body even tells you that it's prepared to give up a kidney. I mean, I had never ever considered donating a kidney to anybody. Maybe I'm selfish, I didn't think about that. But it's something that can be done. And it's a life-changing event for the person receiving the kidney. And it's a wonderful gift.
Anything else?
I would like to just thank everybody that's helped us already. We've had wonderful, wonderful help from our friends and loved ones and our family. Support has been unbelievable. So I would like to thank everybody, including you. And Daniel and Eric. I just can't possibly begin to name everybody that's helped. And my girlfriends. Oh, my girlfriends. And of course my husband. First and foremost.